Hi, my name's Phil and I'm bringing this old canoe stern motorboat back to life. She's 89 years old and her name is Jabiru. So on the way to this revival, I've got to turn the boat over, and that's what we're going to deal with in this episode. So welcome to episode 18. You can see behind me, got some parts of the wheels made up, and then when I look into the boat, I've got parts of the wheels on two very large beams which are clamped to the side deck carlins. So there are more parts over here, and there's another couple of parts down there as well on the ground. Just as I was preparing these wheels and making up the parts for them, we had a big rainstorm, and you can see the lovely purple gutters that I put up there. The bolts that hold the frame together have finally started to wear through the skin of this tent and produce drips which were dripping on the boat, making it wet. Very unhappy situation. So I've made up these gutters so that the water will continue leaking, but it'll not be leaking on top of the boat anymore. Well, I've got two RSJs here which came from a building job. They were free, which is always a good way to be. And I've put two rollers about 1 metre apart, and that replicates the radius of the wheel, this piece of ply. So as we roll the boat over, it will just be sitting on these rollers. So they've got to be put under the boat in the exact position of where the wheels will be, and then we can get on with rolling it. To make up these wheels, we drew a circle on the floor being the same diameter as the wheels, and then drew the shapes of the two sections of the hull where the wheels will sit. I chose the waterline as the datum level for the two wheels and made the outlines of the hull a bit bigger to easily fit them to the boat. Each wheel is made up of 3 thicknesses of 19mm plywood. Some of it's new, but mostly it's old, and it's all offcuts, no longer suitable for use at work. These pictures show the middle layer being fastened in place. You can see the outer edge of this middle layer is recessed, so there'll be a groove for the rope used to control the rate of rotation. As you will now see, each wheel was made up into 4 interlocking pieces, so they can be firstly fitted, then taken apart and easily reassembled around the hull to be returned to their true shape. The forklift is a very handy tool for moving these large objects around. In order to fit the wheels, the boat needed to be about 500 millimetres higher. Raising the height is a nerve-wracking process. To make it safer, I refitted the large brace around the midship section so that every time it moved upwards, a block on each side could be clamped in place to hold the boat level. While all that was under control, it didn't lessen the mental stress about whether or not the keel might slide sideways while it was supported by just a jack on top of an ever-growing pile of wooden blocks. Now the boat is high enough, it's time to put the rollers in place. The two sets must be parallel to each other, and the two rollers in each must be level. I clamped a large beam across the deck at the position of each wheel, and this sets the position of the wheels and will prevent them from moving along the boat. It also ensures that the datum point is level. Then the top sections of each wheel were centrally fixed to those beams. This sets the position of the wheels and takes the guesswork out of reassembly of the wheels around the hull. Once the top and bottom sections were in place, the sides could be moved in and clamped and then fastened. This was not an altogether easy task as the sides are quite big and heavy and hard to manage. Eventually I opted to use an old main chute and pulley system to winch them into place, as I was working on my own at this stage, and I was able to hold them while I went to move to another area to make an adjustment. Well, to try and get these wheels to run together so they can't twist, I've put bits of angle iron here and here on each wheel, forward wheel and the aft wheel, and then I'm going to put a sheet of ply across here to brace it at each end and maybe one in the middle as well. So I'll do that. Now the object of this bracing is to hold the wheels exactly at the right distance apart, and they'll also be braced underneath here at each side on these ones, and maybe on the two lower ones I'll probably only be able to put one brace on, and then I might put another brace from the keel to the deepest point of the wheel. The only thing I might do here is put another piece of ply across the middle, and then that should give enough strength in that short piece of 3 by 1.5 on each side. What is it, 70 by 35? That shouldn't be able to bend. I've got one anti-twisting brace there, another one at the top, and there's one on the other side. I've also braced the bottom of the wheel against the keel and screwed and clamped that on at the forward end, and I've also done the same at the aft end. So we shouldn't be able to get any twist in this. I'll go around the other side. It's the back wheel on the other side. You can see that bracing up the top. I've left out the centre panel on the bracing on this side, so I've got a better chance of seeing the bracing against the bottom of the wheel. So the idea of this is that I'm afraid, or I have been afraid, that these wheels are only, I don't know, 50 millimetres thick at the most, and they have 2,000 kilograms between them. So roughly 1,000 kilograms on each wheel. So I was afraid that the whole boat might just lean backwards when we take all the shores off and take the blocks out from underneath. So I don't think that'll happen now. I think it's all braced well enough. So I look forward to it in a week or two. Thanks for watching. Oh, I don't need to say that. So, yeah, I don't think I need to say anything. It's there, and I'm having fun. Well, I've blocked up each of the wheels against the hull, so they're nice and tight, both the fore and the aft one. So that finishes that section. And then I've also put those final braces on the top there. So a few more ropes and we're ready to roll. Well, that's it for episode 18. I hope you enjoyed it. The next episode will definitely be rolling over the boat, and that's probably all it will contain. So I look forward to being able to show you that. And thanks for watching. Bye.